What's good, y'all? Look, I'm not over here trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm not trying to just say, like, forget the past and all that type of stuff. But I have a bunch of different thoughts that can just get us all moving forward. That's my goal here. That's my goal with this sentence. If you are a white person watching this video, you have to understand that there are just some truths that need to be accepted. And if you're on my channel, you're probably in the right mindset to understand, okay, I see where he's coming from. You know, yes, there is a point where race doesn't have to be a divider, and it does not. But I think I may have said this in my previous video. It doesn't have to be a divider, but you still need to know who you are. You still need to know how to get back to your people. We're just in a world now that is so politically correct. If you, as a white person, say you're proud to be white, you're automatically racist. That's the society you built, and you need to go work on that as well. Articulate your points well so we can be like, okay, that does make sense. Okay? But I'm going to be, this is for the Black Palace. We're talking to the black people. Okay? Black people, some of you need to really let go of your hatred towards white people specifically. To everyone, but y'all know the wars, white versus black. It's like some of y'all really need to let go of that hatred, because hatred is a low vibration. That means you're vibrating at a lower rate because you're fixated on hating someone. You're stuck in the mindset of the past. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't still things happening to us. I'm not saying that we're still not being experimented on. I'm not saying that there still aren't that there aren't policies that are still here to make sure that we can't get properties in certain areas. All this type of stuff that's against us, our misinformation about our diets and foods and exercise and spirituality and blah 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 blah. Yes, all of it exists, but everyone has obstacles, and that's just another obstacle that some of y'all are you just blaming. Some of y'all are just blaming the world for your own failures as an individual. Screw black, screw white. As an individual, some of you are just blaming. It's the white man. That's why I don't understand this. I shouldn't be learning this. I should be learning my own language. And you should be. So go learn it. Go dig. You be the one that brings this back to the people. You just sitting here complacent like, it's the white man's fault that I can't. It's the white man's fault, especially at the older generations, because they were going through it. But they had less distractions. They had less information to work with. So they only had one another. And that was just the message of the time. They passed that down to us, just like how they passed down traumas, how they passed down unresolved issues. They passed them down to us in a whole bunch of different ways, And I'll save that. I was about to go down another rabbit hole, but I'm going to stay on topic. It's like that hatred is what stops your own growth. When you love something, you want to see it grow. You want to see it win. You bring pride in the fact that they learned something. So share that same love for a white person that's ready to sit down and learn about their true history, about our history, about the things that's going on between us, the things that have been put in place to keep us fighting. Because what you don't understand, a lot of y'all are stuck on the physical, what you can see. And you have all this anger, this hate, this anxiety. And you see the first person that you've been taught is your enemy. Some of them, yes. But these are what you call the elites. The elites are the ones that sold out their own people. Might get a little sci-fi on you or conspiracy. But this is why there was like that period of time, and maybe still to this day, where there was like the UFOs and they were talking about abductions and being experimented on. And they were taught to be looking like they were crazy. White people have been duped just as bad as you have. And by white people, I'm talking about poor white people, middle class white people, even some of the upper class white people that think they're doing something. They are being duped by that handful of people that control this system that we live in, like the AI system. It's like that's what's going on. And what they're doing is, well, why would we want all of them to unite and unite against us? Why don't we just get them to fight amongst one another? That keeps them occupied. They can spread all that hatred and fight amongst one another, and we can just keep on manipulating the puppet strings. I've said it many a times, but it's like a quote from Dick Gregory. He said, if I were president for a day, I would make all black people apologize to white people. Because the white people that y'all are mad at, the white people that you could actually get your hands on and see, are the wrong white people to be hating. We shouldn't be hating anybody, but if you're going to do it, you should not be doing it to Joe Schmo who's struggling in life just like you. There's a part where you have to remember, the term humanity. being a moral person, being just a good person walking around on this planet. Real recognize real. We talk about the glow. You know, and I'm not talking about the glow for the semen retention stuff, but when people just have a glow, an aura to them, they're really chill, you're really calm, you feel like you can just be yourself around them. You know, why do we have to have just that one white friend, just like how they have to have that one black friend? You know what I'm saying? It should be equal, it should be balanced. Whoever comes into your life is supposed to be there. But some of y'all are turning down some really good people, some really good white people, white men, white women that could really be a true ally. We have a war, but we're warring against each other. We're just the common folk in this society. Why are we fighting when these people that don't even have bank accounts, these people that just snap their fingers and something happens, that's who we need to point our attention to and find them. Because once we break them apart and all the information, once again, Age of Aquarius stuff, all that type of stuff is coming to light, we can all sit down, black, white, Asian, whatever, and sit down and read the true history that's been locked away from us. Do I know what all that true history is? No. That's why I listen to people that seem like they have a good idea. But we all, individuals, black, white, male, female, God, goddesses, kings, queens, whatever, we need to all make sure that we sit down and come to our own conclusions. Because if I didn't come to my own conclusion, I would just go, white man is evil. Never. But I have a couple of stories I want to share. Some of them I've shared before. That's like, yo, they treated me better than sometimes my own. So we're just going to hate all white people when there's a black person that will look at you and want to inflict harm on you? Come on. That don't make no sense. We can't be moving the goalposts. There's too much of that in this world. We just need to all get back to being the best versions of ourselves. Be good people. Act in a way that people can learn from us, that we have an impact, a positive impact on the world. White people, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, whatever people are trying to do that. But we have this thing called hate that we consistently embody. High school. I may have told this story before. I may have alluded to it. High school. You know, one of my things was like, you know, with the sock monkey, it's like one of the things that I do or did was like I matched my sock monkey to my clothes, right? Or like I matched my I had like all these monkeys. I could hang them off my backpack, hang them off on my belt loop. You know, they matched my outfit, and that's what I became known for. So one day I remember I had like the specific, it was like a blue gorilla that was hanging off my backpack. And like, you know, it matched my outfit, all that type of stuff. And I was going to my table, you know, when you don't have assigned seats, but y'all know where y'all all sit every day. So I was walking back to my table, and we were in the back corner of the cafeteria. And the table next to us was pretty much the hicks. Like, you know, there's the goths, there's the rednecks, there's the jocks, there's the cool kids, there's the seniors, there's the, you know, it's just everyone's clicked up like that. We were just a cool, like, assortment of people in the back of this corner. And like, I don't remember who all that were there, but I'm pretty sure I was like the token black dude. Not even gonna lie. But this is like the interesting part though. I was walking by and like, I think I've told parts of this story, but like I was walking by and like this kid, you know, at the redneck table said, "Hey, look guys, a monkey hanging off a monkey." And I was like, I can't lie, I almost partially laughed because I was like, I know what you mean. I was like, I do have a monkey, it's kind of funny. But wait, hold up though. You know, and I was like, and I just stopped, and that whole table got silent. And like, what happened was I told one of the girls to stand up. I said, "Yo, get up real quick." Like I was like, and it wasn't no harm, it wasn't no malice, because I could crack the side of his head with that tray. But like I was like, "Hey, get up real quick." And she just got up because she didn't know what was about to happen. She got up, and I just sat down, put my tray down. I was like, "What'd you say?" Silence. I was like, "Oh, my bad. I guess I misheard you. You know, I'm just going on to my table. You have a good one." Got up and left. So the dudes that saw me, because they were waiting to tell me something, but why'd you sit there? What was going on? I was like, "Oh, he just said it was a monkey hanging off a monkey." Now, my friend, like who I sat with at lunch, his cousin was like a year older than us. So he was like a junior or a senior. I can't remember exactly what years, but he was at least a year older, a year ahead of us. And the level of rage that came over this white guy, this man, like, I could tell his face turned red. He's like, "What the fuck? No, you ain't gonna talk to my friend like that." Pulled up his tray. He was ready about to go do what I wanted to do. But I was like, hey, chill. So you fucking lucky. Like, it's like he was going in. Because he was defending me. Because that was disrespectful. And he knew that. There are white people that understand that and know that. And they hate when they see other people walking around that same level of hate. There's a white man out there that will die for you before your own. They will die for you. They will take that bullet for you. They will jump off the cliff for you because they're moral people out there. And we're so fixated on this hate. Yes, we do need to build back stronger. Yes, we do need to heal as a community. Yes, we do need to grow together, and we need to grow ourselves. There is a time. That's why I saw these the subscriber numbers go down when I start talking to my people. It is what it is. I gotta do this. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a guy with some thoughts and sharing them with the world. It's like we do need to grow individually. We need to huddle up and get together so we can present ourselves back out to our planet. But in the meantime, we cannot slow down our growth by being fixated on something. We cannot stay mad at every single white man, every single white woman, because we've all been brainwashed. No one here knows who we are, fully 100%. Like, you may know the general concept, but we may not know all the details of who we are. White, black, Asian, where we came from, where we started from. We just know recorded history. That in itself is a trap. It's recorded history. I used to work in construction materials testing, concrete, compaction testing, whatever. And there'd be like, for example, for like compaction testing, you would need something to be like a 95%. There's different numbers. Let's just say 95% compaction, right? There'd be times it'd be like 94.3, 94.2, but how I recorded it, 95, because it's close enough. And then by natural compression of the soil, it's going to get harder anyway. This is just me knowing soil science, and that's just me knowing my job. This is going to sit here. It's going to solidify. It doesn't matter. So just pass the test. Boom, done. That's recorded history. The history is written by the victors, is it not? They won. They won in a very important battle at a certain point. That handful of evil white people. There's good ones and there's evil ones. There's some good ones out there. Most of the racist people are too dumb to even know what racism is. They've just been taught to don't like those darkies. They've just been taught that. They're just spitting off like stupid rhetoric, So why are you gonna be impacted by something that's so low vibrational? If you're a true king, if you're a god, if you're a divine being, if you're a cosmic deity, whatever words that you use to describe yourself, why are you being so affected by this low vibrational stuff? Why aren't you just going to go out there and continue to do godly things? Why aren't you going to learn protection spells? Why aren't you learning this and that? But nope, you just want to blame the white man for everything. Once again, I do want to summarize to keep us all together. Yes, there are things that they have done to us that are unforgivable. But then again, is anything truly unforgivable? Doesn't it take some true strength to forgive? Don't take our forgiveness. Don't take this ability that we have for weakness, though, you elites that we're all coming for. It's like, eventually we're going to have to talk about that. All right? We're going to have to talk about this. Hey, y'all, now that we got them out the way, let's just have a discussion. This is why I was feeling it's kind of like a relationship. When y'all go into your corners and then you come back healed and ready to have a conversation. All right, guys, look, there are some facts about our genetic makeup that is different. All right, y'all need to understand that. All right, to say that we are all the same, I'm sorry, at least in these physical vessels, that is inaccurate. We go stand out in the sun right now, we're going to react differently. That's just the fact of the matter. You can say whatever you want. That's just the fact of the matter, right? But for us to move forward, we cannot keep reliving the past. The future is here. There is no past and no past and future. It's just the now. The past is energy that has come and gone. The future is energy that has yet to come. You can access that energy at any time. But we need to be looking that way and just learning how we grow, build, expand. In the way that we were supposed to be doing that's harmonious with this planet. But some of y'all, once again, always want to keep reminding us of the hatred that we're supposed to be holding for the opposite side. That's division. What did I say about division? Whenever division pops up in our lives, that means that handful of people controlling society are behind it. Right now, we're divided on so many levels. I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers with this conversation I plan on having a little bit later. But it's like we're divided by race. We're just divided by gender. Then what in gender? Which ones are we? We identify ourselves. We're getting so far and so disconnected to nature that we're the only beings walking around here that don't know if we're male or female. That's crazy, but neither here nor there. It's like we need to unify black people, white people. But white people understand that we need to have a little huddle. We as black people need to have a little powwow and get reconnected with ourselves. When we love and show all this love to ourselves and we show all this love to one another, there will be less hate that gets directed to you because that vibration no longer matches our collective conscious in the black community. That's what we need to get to, black people. Stop playing the blame game and say, okay, this is happening. Either how do I adapt? How do I move around this? Or is this my purpose? Is this my calling to break down this little rule, this policy, this law that a lot of black people haven't gone back in and looked at that's still legitimate to this day, and bring some light, bring some attention to it? Be the change you want to see in this world. There's always a way to do it without violence. I don't care. Say Mother Nature is the most violent one, and not violent. She's just doing what she got to do. There comes a point. For me, I'm a pacifist. But if you put your hands on anyone I love, I'm going into my dark side. And if we can get out of this situation, but you like supremely disrespect me and my godly state, I'm not afraid to go into the dark. I'm not afraid to go dark. I had this thing in my head where I was brainstorming ways to talk about how the black man should be protecting the black woman. If you walk in with me and someone verbally disrespects us on a whole new level, on the way that even makes me feel it a little bit, and we go back home, like let's just say I have my my queen with me. We go back home and I go straight to my chair. Don't talk to me because I'm getting busy. Some people say, certain people say, oh, meditation is good for both. No. All of my power comes from meditation. And I can use it for the light and I can use it for good. I was telling my dad, I was like, yo, y'all lucky I'm here for good. Because if I was here to destroy stuff, it would be a problem. You feel me? But I had to go through my darkness. And that's a power that a lot of people would suppress. But no, that's just another aspect of ourselves that we can tap into any time. Oh, the things that you do, you harming people. No, I'm exacting karma. And some people might say, who are you to do that? I don't know. I am that I am. And right now, that's what I believe. So when I go sit in that chair, I'm plotting your demise. And with my powers, my mental magic, with my powers of manifestation, the same way they do voodoo dolls and they be poking you, you have eye issues and stuff. That's the same thing I'm doing, but I'm scripting out your future. It may not happen for a year, 2, 3, 10. But that energy's gonna catch up to you, and whatever entity, whatever life form that you come back as, or whether you reincarnate on this plane or somewhere else, that energy's gonna catch up to you. I'm just gonna be real with it. And even if I do have to answer for that, then I'm willing to. But that's just where I'm at with it. We have all these magical abilities. We have all these things that can help us heal. Sometimes, though, this hatred, yes, is fueled by, manipulation, social medias, all that type of stuff, and just word of mouth and history. But some of it, this may sound crazy, but a lot of your hatred might come from your lack of nutrition. The ability to be patient, the ability to hold your focus. You can't do these things if your body is not properly nourished. You can't do them. So when you have such a short attention span, why is my attention so short? Oh, it's because all the things I'm putting in my body just literally hinder my focus. That's why they have nootropics. So if you could put something into your body that can cure you and make you smarter and make your brain function faster and all that type of stuff, then there has to be something on the other end. We live in a world of duality. There has to be something on the other end that's poisoning you. There's something that's retarding you. Fluoride and chloride in our water. Yes, that decision was made by a handful of people. There are white people that do not know that there's chlorine, fluoride in their water. And for those of them that do, it helps your teeth. Okay, it might. I don't know. It might. But it does screw up your pineal gland, the gland that helps you see the higher levels of things, your third eye, if you will. Why would they want that functioning? Why would those elites, those people that are trying to stay hidden, want that functioning? No, if we keep everyone dumb, they're more impressionable with our sugars and with a closed off pineal gland, or with a calcified pineal gland. That's why a lot of people recommend distilled water or spring water, alkaline foods. Go do your research on this. Once your body is feeling happy, you already are at a higher vibration where that hatred no longer really exists for you anymore. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I still have seeds of it in my own world. If I have to go back to certain colleges that I went to, because I have to do that, I have to go back and walk it and say I've conquered this at some point when I'm ready, you know. But when I go back there, I'm going to have. I remember that event that happened right there. This is that spot. That was that building I used to live in. Then I used to jump down the stairs. There's 1, 2 still, yeah, but I was right there. I was right in front of the elevator here and walk down memory lane. And I'm going to have that, but I'm reprogramming my mind. I overcame this. Yo, look how much I've learned from this. Now let me go back and teach people from my experiences. You know, like speaking of which, like, you know, college was terrible for me. It was, but there were a few good things, and I don't know if I'm rambling enough. I'm not sure if I already repeated this, but nevertheless, my man Alex, you know, I said my boy, but that's disrespectful to him as a man. My man Alex, you know, it's like that's my homie, that's my best friend, a white man. You can't control who you form a bond with, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that he was gonna be my friend for a long time. When on one specific day that I told, and I'm not sure if I said this already, but we went to a little kickback. It was getting a little too rambunctious, you know what I'm saying? It was a little too loud for me. My social anxiety was kicking up. So I just chose to just quietly exit, right? And I went back over to his apartment, just sitting there playing Super Smash Bros. So then, like, he busted in the door and he's like, who fucked with you? Who fucked with you? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just playing Super Smash Bros. He's like, no, because you left. So someone said some stupid shit to you. I'm going to fuck him up. And I was like, no, bro. No, it was just getting too loud. They were starting to sing a whole bunch of songs and music I don't like. It just wasn't my spot. I'm out. I said, I'm good. You ain't got to fuck nobody up. He's like, oh, all right. You good? I was like, you want to play? He's like, well, let me go over here. I'm talking to this girl, but I'm going to be right back in. Okay, say less. You know what I'm saying? But this white man in this predominantly white institution was ready to fight for me. That's just one person. There's many more that will do the same thing. When it came to slavery, white people helped us. There were white people that helped us, that helped free us, to get us freedom, to get us out of our situations. Y'all seen Django? The homeboy, the dentist, you know, the doctor man. You know, I forgot his name, but like, you know, he was a badass. And he was just like, yo, I look at you as an equal. I know we have our differences, but we can still coexist. That's what we need to do. You know, that's what we need to do. Coexist. We are two teams that are fighting when we are all on the same team against the people that have been oppressing all of us. But you look at this man that extends his hand, that really wants to help you. Yes, I know we're different, black man, but let me as a white man help fix the wrongs that my people have done. No to that. Yo, you trying to help? You trying to grow? Yo, I can read your character. You're a man of high character. I really appreciate you. Let's link up and let's join this. Let's work together. You know? All right, brother, let's go. Ain't that so much better than, oh, screw the white people, they got the advantage, white people. We got the advantage of that. We had to claw for everything, but as a community, we had to claw for it. That's our advantage. And now we're doing it. We did it. Our forefathers did it. Grandparents, great-grandparents did it. And now we're doing it, and we're just doing it in a different way. But we can't do everything the same way they did it. We have new technology. We have new information at our disposal. There's different ways to grow. There's different ways to fight back. The same way that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. Of course, there's a whole bunch of different ways to articulate what happened in that period of history. But let's just look at it at face value. He freed the slaves because that's half of the South's army. He said, yo, slavery, we ain't with that. So if you get rid of some of the people in their army is thus weaker. What do you think the elites are doing to us? Damn, if we get all those common folk together and they're all hunky-dory and kumbaya, they're going to come for us. No, we need them to fight each other. That's the trap that y'all are in. The trap is so huge that you have to be able to get to some cosmic level to see it and be like, oh, snap. That's crazy. Yes, there are differences between us, but that does not mean that we don't have some common ground. It does not mean that we don't have a Venn diagram with that little section in the middle that's showing us, someone's going to say, oh, he's Illuminati. But it's like that we don't have that section in the middle that says where we are alike. Why don't we focus more on that than our differences? Then you realize that half of us are just cool as shit. Most people are cool. You know, I do believe that everyone is born good. The hatred and racism is just taught. It's a taught behavior. Put to a little black kid and allow a little white kid and let them play. They're gonna want to share, or they're just gonna be kids that are just like fumbling around doing random stuff. They're not gonna say, "Goo goo gaga." And I was about to say, but I don't want to kill the whole vibe of this video. Black person, goo goo gaga. White racial term. That's not what they do. You only say the words that your environment allows you to say, that says it's okay to say these things around certain types of people. You know what I'm saying? It's taught. So let's just get back to teaching people how to unite. UNITY. Let's get back to that rather than just fighting all the damn time over nothing. I don't know. These are my thoughts. Till the next one.